Today we have a 2019 Chevy Traverse that we're working on, and the wife had this light pop up. Uh-oh, engine light. Let all the other guys go away. Engine light. So we went to the AutoZone, got it scanned, and it turned out to be the Canister Purge valve. So we're going to be changing that today. Okay, so we're going to walk through step by step how to do this process, and it's located back here, what we're replacing, so this has to come off first. So you're going to want a 10 millimeter, take this bolt out, take your oil cap off, and then there's a couple plugs on the back, and you're going to want to pop that off, so it's hooked on by these 3 plugs here, and then the cover just pops right off, and then we can kind of see it back there. If you can see that little white part, that's where it's located. So we might remove some more stuff to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so we'll walk you through the next step here. So I'm gonna just remove this and this so that we can just get a clear view of what we're doing here. You might not need to do that, but I just wanna be able to see what I'm doing. So to remove this, air box or whatever it's called, 10 millimeter bolt right there, boop, boop. And then I just took a channel lock, so you could do a whatever. This was on here like that, and pop this guy down, pop this off. And also, you could use a flathead, or you could go ahead and use a 8 millimeter bolt to remove these clamps here that are coming off your airbox. And then I just used a flathead to like wiggle that off, and it should come free here now with a little fanoodle in here, you know. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And that guy's free. There, now we can actually see what we're doing, which is kind of nice. So you might be able to reach it now. It's right there with the white on it there, that little bit of yellow. But you might be able to reach it. I'm gonna take this intake off, and it has 4 has 4 10 millimeter bolts, so just loosen those, that should pop right off. And then I'm gonna take this blue rag and I'm gonna tuck it in there so nothing falls in there while I'm working on things. I'll also put my oil cap back on just for peace of mind. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that off now. All right, so the intake is out of the way. I'm just gonna leave it set there, tuck the rag in there, and there is the beast we're after. So should be very accessible now to get parts off, and you might not need to do that, but it seemed like a pretty simple step just to make things a little bit easier. So there's that. Oil cap back on. Gonna get cranking on that guy now. Okay, so this clip was super easy to deal with. So you just push up, and it pops off. It pops off that end right there. So there's the piece we're replacing. Hit this clip, push it up, it pops right off, real easy. Okay, so here's like a close look of it, what we're doing. And that bolt right there, you guessed it, is a 10 millimeter. And then we have to pop that little clippy off, and she should pretty much be free to change. So 10 millimeter, I'm gonna loosen that guy up. I just got that one clip off that I showed you right there. And we're gonna get this guy out. So that bolt is now out. The bolt was held in right here. And it has like a little jacket on it. This has like a new washer, and this part just pops out. So just grab this, gently pull, and it's gonna pop out. And now we're gonna work on this clip, and then the old piece should be out, and we should be ready to rock and roll and get the new piece in. I don't know if this guy's been replaced before, because that little marking, also I'm not sure what that is. You guys in the comments can tell me if I'm gonna have to replace a head gasket at some point or something. Okay, so that's gonna be on its way out. So if you guys decide not to take the intake off or monkey around by taking all the parts off, this clip might be what jams you up. It's very, very simple though. So you see it, you just push right here. Oh, let's see, oh, weak fingers. Snaps, and then it's wide open and it should come right off. So that might be the part. So this is you're gonna hear snap, and then this part is gonna completely come off right there. You should be free to take it off. All right, let's see if we can catch all this in one take. So, new part, here's our clip. Pop that in there, clip it down. I heard a little snap when that went in there. So that's gonna work out just fine. And then we're gonna pop this guy onto our spot here, which I can't quite see at the moment. Oh, there it is. There's like a little flange back there if you guys can see. And that's gonna pop in. Then I need to orient where our bolt goes here. So we're gonna do that. So here's the orientation on the top there. That's the part that this part with the green is gonna pop into. And then that bottom part there, that's where the bolt's gonna go in. So you gotta pop that in there and then get that new bolt to align, and it should go right in. So I'm gonna do that right now, and we'll see what's what. Well, folks, not gonna lie to you, getting that bolt in there was a little tricky. So we got that clip on there. That bolt took me about 10 minutes to just like moving the actual part around and getting that guy in there. And then the part with the green rubber gasket on it, that just pops on in there. And then you're gonna have to torque that bolt down to hell yeah, brother, specs. Yeah, I just did hand tight and then a couple cranks. So yeah, that's how we roll. And then we're gonna get everything put back together. So we gotta put that clip back on, which should just pop on. And then, yeah, gonna be ready to rock and roll. That'd have been pretty darn tricky if I didn't have all this space here too. Just a note for you guys, if you're watching this before tackling it, I feel like that'd be pretty tricky if I didn't have all these parts off. So there you go, let's get that clip back on. And that was probably the easiest part. So the clips are actually not too bad if you know how they work. So that just clipped back on, that's on there now. Woo, 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 woo. We're just gonna start putting stuff back together. So intake back on, take your rag out. Big old side note, rag out, intake back on, air box back on, and yeah, we should pretty much done with this rodeo, hopefully. So got the intake back on, this big sensor, whatever's on top there, that's orients that way. So we're just gonna go ahead and hand tighten all these. Well, probably need the right 10 millimeter, of course, everything's been 10 millimeter for this job. 10 millimeter, we're just gonna tighten these babies down, and then we're gonna give them a good torque with the wrench afterward. Okay, intake is back on. So now we need to put on the rest of our little parts and we'll be all good to go. Just reverse the order. As we're putting these back on, just note as well, there are some tabs right here. So this rubber piece goes through here, and then on your ring you're gonna tighten. There's also an opening that needs to sit right with the ring. So just note that as you're putting it back together there. I should pop on and tighten up easily. Well, that went on pretty easily. So this chunk of the air filter just kind of popped on really nicely. And this one took a little bit of doing. I tightened this up and used this as something to grip onto to get it to move. And then this guy's just this 10 mil bolt. And then this, which I used pliers for to open that up and get that back on. Now it's just the cover and we'll be all set. So pretty good. Get this guy back on, you just gotta give her a couple good licks. Tighten this 10 mil down. Torque on this bad boy. We'll see what's what. There you have it, guys. She's all back together. Should take a few cycles for the engine light to come off now. That's how you do it. Hopefully it saved you guys some energy, some time and money. It was easy to follow. You guys take care and hopefully you get her done.